What's going on? This is Big G from G-Rides and welcome to another episode of Testing Rides. Today, I'm going to be testing out the 2017 Dodge Charger RT. Welcome to the 2017 Dodge Charger RT. In 2011, the Charger received its first redesign. So the car got a little bit longer, a little bit bigger, slightly more efficient and more powerful. And the Charger from there, from its predecessor, it took off like crazy. In 2015, the Charger had a facelift on the second generation of the new body style. And my opinion, I like this one a whole lot more than the previous one. So this is the base Charger RT. So this is the cheapest vehicle that you can get from, the cheapest car that you can get from Dodge with the V8. So this car is about $35,000, $36,000 with destination and everything like that. So with that, you get a 5.7 liter Hemi engine making 370 horsepower and 395 foot-pounds of torque. And this thing weighs a hefty muscle car, 4,200 pounds, which is kind of to be expected. I didn't expect this car to be light at all. But for the power and the torque this car has, it gets a decent 15 city and 25 highway. That is not bad considering how much this car weighs and how much power and torque this car has. And I gotta say, it's not the fastest car in the world. It only has a 0 to 60 time of between 5.1 and 5.5 seconds, depending on who's testing and where you're testing that. But it has, I mean, that's not that fast. But this is only the base model V8 model. But for $35,000, you get a car that sounds like this. And that's with windows up. Imagine what it sounds like from the outside. I'm gonna go ahead and pull over to the side of the road and we're gonna talk about the interior a little bit. As one of the standard features of this vehicle, this does have factory remote start. So, all you have to do, click this button twice. And it starts on up. But it starts with the valves closed when it's warm, but the valves open when it's cold. All right, let's go hop on in here and see how it is. So, since this is a modern Chrysler product, this has the smart key access system. So to unlock it, just walk up to it, grab the door handle, it unlocks. To lock it back, just hit the button on the top here, and it locks the car back up. Just wait a second and hop on in. All right, so this interior, this car is the base model, so it has the basic cloth seats, which are pretty nice. All right, so in here in the Dodge Charger, it's actually not a bad place to be. It's really comfortable. The materials aren't too bad for a base model, even though it's not like leather seats and leather wrap dash and nothing like that, but the materials don't look too cheap. So over here, just like the Charger RT I tested a couple months back, it has kind of cloth in the door pockets here, which is kind of nice. It just makes it look, it's not pretending to be something that it's not, which I like. The steering wheel feels really nice, but this car, unlike the Charger RT, from factory, it comes with factory paddle shifters, which react pretty quickly, honestly. And they're kind of some of these metalish paddle shifters, and they feel really nice in the hands. They feel really nice in the hands. And over here in the infotainment, unlike the Challenger, you do get the 8.4-inch Uconnect infotainment system as standard equipment, which is really nice. I don't like the tiny screen. That's kind of ridiculous. And then also you have the typical Dodge shifter, which is it feels really nice in the hands. It just wraps around here. It's like you grabbing a golf club by the head. It's really nice. And then over there you got you got charger written in the dash there. Alright, so the seats on this car, this is the factory cloth seats, and it's kind of a two-tone material, if you can kind of see that. So it's kind of a black and gray two-tone type of deal. These are heated, which, oh, heated cloth seats are pretty sick, pretty awesome. And these actually feel really nice. They don't feel like terrible quality. This car has like 20,000 miles on it, and there's no really sign of these seats wearing out at all. And I think these seats will go for quite a while. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up and show the infotainment system and kind of the digital gauges here. So to start it up, when you hit the brake, everything lights up, the gauges lights up, the shifter lights up, and then it just tells you how to start the car up. Shows charger right there, and that pops up. You have to hit I accept. So in here in the center, you got your miles per hour, you got your vehicle information. So you got your basic stuff like your temperatures and all that. You got your fuel economy. I've been getting 14.7, which is shitty, but who cares? It's a V8. You got your trim info. That's how many miles I went in this car. Almost 300 miles, 14.6 miles to the gallon. And then you got your audio information that kind of shows you what song you're playing and the whole nine there. You also can configure this. So I've chosen to have my trip computer, the temperature, and my distance to empty all in there. Over here, so this car has the 8.4-inch infotainment system, and this is the newest version of this because this comes with Apple CarPlay. Look at my phone in here. Yeah, so I have the Apple CarPlay here, and the screen here is very, very responsive. It's pretty sick, pretty awesome. Like I got my Spotify going there. Listen to a little bit of Khaled. I can listen to podcasts, do my maps. But most of you have seen Apple CarPlay before, but it's a great feature, and I'm really glad they put it in these vehicles. So you go to controls here, you got all the basic information, apps, everything. It's just like the Durango I tested last week. Everything that's in a sub menu, you can just hit apps, and you can have a direct thing to all that there. And then you got your media, you got your radio. But it's nothing like you haven't seen before in any other Chrysler product. But in the Challenger, it's just a lot more. In the 2017 Chargers and Challenger, it's just a little bit more modern looking and a little bit quicker, a little bit more responsive. And that's one thing that I'm really glad they did, because the last one was pretty good, but it wasn't this good. And I'm glad they added the Apple CarPlay, because nowadays you don't really have to add navigation. You could everybody uses their phone anyway, so it's nice they just finally integrated into the system. All right, let's take a look at the back seat of this thing. So here's the back seat of the Charger. I've had a couple things, so I've been driving this car for a couple days, and honestly, that back seat space is not too bad. I'm not getting back there because I'm not going to fit that well. Well, I might, but I'm not going to be that uncomfortable. I mean, that's not too bad at all. This is kind of where I sit comfortably, and somebody could fit back there easily, and they could be reasonably comfortable back there. And I like that in the center there, you got 2 USB ports. A lot of cars aren't doing that, but I'm glad Chrysler products are just doing that nowadays. But overall, this maintains the same quality as the front seat, and it's pretty nice. All right, let's take a look at the trunk now. So here in the trunk, you could just hit a button here to open it up. And as you can see, I have all my camera equipment and stuff back here. And as I said before, this trunk could fit like 2 big luggages, possibly 2 big luggages and a duffel bag or something like that. But it's not that big, but it's understandable because it is a rear-wheel drive car. So I give it the benefit of the doubt on that, but not too bad overall. All right, let's keep rolling to see how this thing drives. All right, how does this thing drive? Well, this Dodge Charger RT drives freaking amazing. And you know what? I'm actually very surprised on how well this car actually handles for being a 4,200 pound muscle car on 20-inch wheels and no lowering springs or anything like that. So when you hustle this thing around the corners, it's very confidence inspiring actually. You can actually go carry some decent speed through corners in this vehicle. I'm gonna go around some corners here in a little bit, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. biggest thing for me is how comfortable this car is. So this car has the sport suspension, whatever that means, but this has the sportier suspension, so it's a little bit stiff and a little bit choppy sometimes. I mean, these are big 20-inch wheels on this thing, but overall it's not bad at all for this car having such big wheels. So here I'm taking this corner pretty quickly, and it feels like it's pretty stuck to the road. Yes, this car probably needs to be a little bit lower, just kind of the same thing I said about the Charger. I mean, the same thing I said about the Challenger RT. But here I am hustling this thing through the corners like it's a smaller car, and it feels really stable on the road. It feels really stable in the corner. It feels very stable in the corners, even though I'm applying a decent amount of throttle in the corners. It doesn't feel like it's slipping or anything like that, and that's probably due to the semi-sophisticated traction control that this thing has. I mean, it's a V8 car that's going to have some pretty good traction control, which is a huge plus. It keeps me from being in those trees over there, which I would rather not be. But anyways, I really like the way this Charger drives. It's a very nice car. It's a very comfortable car. It's loud when you want it to be. That's the only issue I have with the Charger, is the simple fact that it was loud all the time. Whether the valves are open or not, the car was still pretty loud. So here I am cruising at 55 miles an hour in in 7th gear. The cylinder deactivation just deactivated half the cylinder, so this car is kind of running in 4 cylinders right now. And I'm just cruising along here. And as you can hear, it's pretty quiet. There's not a whole lot of wind noise around me. There's not a lot of... I'm hearing just a little bit of the tires, but that's mainly it. I'm not hearing a whole lot from this vehicle, which is a huge plus. I feel like Dodge knocked this thing out the park. I can see why everyone wants a Dodge Charger. I can see why. Because it's a comfortable, quiet car. Like, these seats are pretty damn comfortable, even though they're not the most supportive seats in the world for cornering, things like that. But for just cruising along on the highway or sitting in shitty ass traffic, these seats are freaking amazing. And that's one thing that Dodge has been doing very well with testing all these damn Dodge products I've been testing, is all of them are very comfortable to drive. They're very easy to live with. And I see why people buy them, because I like the Challenger a lot, but this is more likely of something I'll buy. If you like this video, hit me with a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and keep riding with me. Thanks for watching.